Welcome to the Keys to City podcast, where the kingdom enables your success. I'm your host, Christian Graham. Welcome today with international pop star Dane Amar.
What's up, bro? What's up?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. It's been a good day. You feel me?
Yeah.
Straight just work right when we woke up, but it's good.
Yeah. What's new with you, bro? Talk to me about what your day in the life of Dane Amar. What's going on now?
Man, more new music. I've been working on a lot more new music. Lately, I was like, last year I was probably a little bit uninspired.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really making too much, but the spark relit. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I've just been making more music, been working. I got a lot of shows coming up. So there's like 2 festival performances we're doing. And then, just a bunch of other little shows around the city and then just around the states in general.
Yeah, bro. So what I noticed, like, I know everybody is really, knowing about you a lot more from like Green Tea and Honey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So we got Green Tea and Honey, like 60 mil plays the last time I saw on Spotify alone.
Crazy.
What I noticed from you, bro, when on YouTube, what
Mhm.
you did with the lyric video. So you had your lyrics in English and then you also had it in like Indonesian.
It was Thai.
Thai?
Yeah.
Thai. So talk to me about like why you made that decision. Is that just knowing your audience?
Yeah,
Or-
so it's definitely about knowing the audience, but it's also I'm Lao. So
Oh, okay.
So that's like, right next to Thailand
Yeah.
where we have like similar languages and stuff.
Yeah.
Growing up, there was a bunch of Thai karaoke that I would see like my mom and stuff do.
Yeah.
And when I saw Green Tea and Honey blowing up in Thailand, I was like, oh, this is a way to reincorporate my childhood into
Right.
my biggest song.
Right.
So I had the Thai lyrics under there just because when I was growing up, they would have like the Thai lyrics and then the rough translation in English.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, well, the song's in English. Let's do a rough translation of Thai and just rock that out. And it worked
Yeah.
really well. I mean, the audience out there that did mess with Green Tea and Honey,
Yeah.
it
It
went super well.
translated.
Yeah,
It translated
exactly.
straight through on the YouTube lyric video too.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then plus, since I'm Lao,
Mhm.
they could definitely understand the Thai version.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like also a nod to my culture. Yeah.
Talk to me a little about your culture, bro. Like what is it? Is it the music that pushes you to do, to push for the culture, or what's about your culture that's like really heavy for you? Do you plan on giving back to the culture?
Yeah, I try to give back to the culture as much as I can, So when
Yeah.
I was growing up, not too many people knew where like Lao people came from or like
Yeah.
knew too many Lao people in general,
Yeah.
So a big thing for me was just trying to push our culture forward in a sense of like, we are here, like we're
Mhm.
a thing, And then now
Mhm.
we have people that are blowing up, Heartbreaker,
Mm-hmm.
you feel me? Just people like that are doing their thing in the Lao culture. And
Yeah.
now Lao music in general is blowing up to a point where like there are Lao artists from Laos getting
Mhm.
flown out to like Korea, Japan,
Yeah.
UK. Now we're just getting more well known
Yeah.
from a really small like third world country.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to do. I just feel like, my grandma's story was beautiful. She came here as a refugee.
Mm.
She was selling chickens out the back of her truck. So
Dope.
like live chickens to her friends and stuff. And I don't know what they did with that. But
Yeah. No, talk to me about it, bro.
Yeah.
That's a big part of, who you are, and like we have to know where we come from
Exactly.
in order to know where we're going, right?
Yeah.
And so talk to me about your grandma's story a little more, bro.
Yeah. So when she came out here, she was a refugee and she was like, trying any way that she could to make money. So she was selling food. She was selling, just chickens, just random desserts and things that she would make. I used to, when I was like 5 or 6, I would have to wake up at like 6 a.m.,
Mm.
help her out, like packaging roasted peanuts, packaging eggs and everything, all the things that she would make to sell to these local Asian stores here.
Right.
I would help her pack that
Right.
and then help her deliver it.
So she was the auntie or the grandma that was like standing out like Lucky Seafood or some Oriental market that was like roasting the chestnuts on during Christmas
not
time,
like
or
that.
what?
Like if you go into like those Asian markets,
Yeah.
you see like, the ones that are like saran wrapped in like plastic and stuff.
Right.
So the food that you see there is usually homemade.
Right.
So my grandma would make that.
Yeah.
And then we would deliver that to those stores.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha. That's super dope, bro. Like a lot of people don't know this about my family background. So being Chamorro, right? My grandma was actually a baker.
Okay.
And so she had a bakery attached to her house, and then she would also raise pigs.
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff. Yeah, back home in Guam. And so she would take, the meat from, her
Mhm.
fresh butcher, what I mean? And then would take
yeah.
it to the markets, the local markets, and would be selling that. I remember my mom and her siblings told me like they would have to go around the village and be selling like the fresh baked bread and like bruschetta and goodgery and like these desserts and stuff like that. They would go around and they would be selling, you know what I mean, these goods to people, and you know what I mean, just trying to make some money. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
think
They were
that's the
nickel
same
and
thing.
diamond, you know what I mean?
Yeah, same story. I feel like
Yeah.
my mom and my aunts have told me the same thing where they had to like walk around and sell stuff to try to get money and stuff too. And the hustle never changed when they came out here.
Right.
My grandma had a restaurant for a little bit. Didn't really pan out completely, but I think we had the restaurant for a good like 10 years before we like sold it and closed down.
What was that one?
It was Lau Plaza
La Plaza.
in Southeast San Diego,
Okay.
like right across the street from Lincoln High School.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so like
Gotcha.
straight in the hood. Yeah, like right
Yeah.
there.
I know we have like a sons and daughters a Guam club,
Mhm.
like right there off of Willie James Jones, or
Yeah.
right, like right next to the fire station.
Oh
Right
yeah,
there.
okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So we're like right tucked back in the corner. We have like a little land out there that's like for the Guam people.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff.
cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So I grew up going down south over there all the time,
Mhm.
for like all the cultural events and stuff like that. And then like people don't know this, but I used to play tennis, and so
Oh, that's crazy.
my dad was a American Tennis Association president, and he was
What?
a tennis coach, and so he would take us down to Martin Luther King Park over there in PH.
Oh, in PH.
Yeah,
Okay,
right there
yeah.
in PH. Yeah.
I grew up a little bit out there. I went to high school at SCPA.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I went to high school, which definitely helped out, my musical career for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have like, off pod, we were going through all of this technical stuff over in the music side.
Yeah.
So I know you to be like a real tech person just off of the conversations that we had.
Yeah.
Is that because of schooling, or was that just off of like natural learning?
That's just natural learning, bro.
Yeah.
I just love tech in general. So
Yeah.
like things that I'm interested in, I try to gravitate to like, oh, what's the best and how can I get the best quality out of what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
So when we were talking about like all the audio equipment, obviously when I mixed green tea and honey, I did that myself, and I recorded that in my car.
No way.
Yeah, so I recorded that in my car. I mixed it during my lunch break at my video editing job, and then I stayed late so I could use their video studio as my mastering studio.
Damn.
And then I just love engineering in general, audio engineering. I love video equipment. I love photo equipment. Just really all the ways I can get creative with a big technical side.
Yeah.
I just tend to lean more towards that.
Yeah.
I don't think there really is a reason. I just like tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good, bro. That's one thing that I really see lacking in like the music industry when it comes to like indie artists right now.
Yeah.
Is that they're really trying to create, but then they don't know how to do like their own mixing. They don't know how to do their own engineering. They don't have a team either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so they're over here like dropping bags on studio time, and like, you know what I mean? They're able to do it like one time, maybe a month or maybe every few months, and they're not able to get all that consistent good product out. Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so do you feel that like you have to start developing those skills within the music industry, being an indie artist, to be able to like really thrive? Or do you need to, you know what I mean, get a team together? Like what do you feel is best?
I feel like it's just so different artist to artist, right? Because some people, they just like, they just don't have the mind for it. Like it's hard for them to really get into the audio engineering aspect of everything because it is very technical.
Yeah.
Like you get like super technical within it.
Right.
But for me personally, I didn't like being at a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I didn't have like, the money for studio time and stuff when I was coming up, what I could do was just invest in a different way, which is like time. So I would spend like hours watching mixing videos and everything, just learning how I could do everything myself so that I wouldn't have to pay someone else to do it until I absolutely needed to.
Right.
And like now I do pay like engineers and everyone else to like work with me, but I only do that in a sense of like, I know that you could do better than I could, but I could do it to a certain point where like, it's still releasable and it's good, it's probably better than a lot of just
majority people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, okay, this is my good, but I want better.
Right.
And I can't do that. So what can I do is I could, pay one of the homies to do it, or pay the homie to like teach me exactly what you're doing. Why do you have I have Grammy nominated homies that mix my stuff now.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, what are you doing? And why are you this like level of success? Like how'd you get here?
Right.
And then I'll try to learn from that.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I think it's really important, you know what I mean, as far as like developing your excellency within your craft, within your gift, you know what I mean, that you continue to invest in your time to put back into, whatever you need to learn, so that you don't hop up in a studio, you don't hop up in sessions where you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're able to really guide the engineer and guide, you know what I mean, like your vocal producer, whatever it may be, mix and master engineer, you guide them to make your sound.
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
you if you could like at least learn a little bit, you could learn what you like. I was actually watching a Terrace Martin interview yesterday with Devon Terrell and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I had to go into the studio. I had to check the engineer because the engineer was also a producer, and he had to like, he was like flying bass lines over and stuff to like different hooks. And he's like, yo, I didn't tell you to do that.
Right.
Like, don't just do that.
Right.
This is my session.
Right.
He's like, if you want to work with me, then you need to work the way I work.
Right.
You know, like all I need you to do is record me and like let me do. And if I tell you to do something, then do it. But don't just do it because you think
it's right for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to look at it because everyone's their own individual, right? So if you're your own person and you know what you like, then you know exactly what you want to do. So that's how I look at it. Like I have a certain sound and certain things that I personally like, and I'm always willing to dabble outside of it. But if I'm doing something specific and I really want to get in this bag right now, if someone messes one thing up, you know, even though it's like a 5-second thing, like that could disrupt the whole workflow in the studio and just make me feel off.
Right.
Like we need to really stay in my direction. Yeah. And I'll tell you how to do it, which is why I personally like going to, that's the only reason I'll go to a studio now. I usually like to just record at home because there's no one else to mess it up. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I think it's important too because like you understand your brand voice.
Exactly.
And you also have the skills necessary to get you to at least like a decent level where, you know what I mean, you don't have to go to somebody else. Like you get to go to somebody else.
Yeah, like you have the option to get to someone else. Like it's not like you need it. It's just like if I want to, okay, I know they could do better than me.
Right.
And I'm willing to admit that. I'm gonna send it to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's really important. I think just overall general business and, you know, me being a serial entrepreneur, like I really want to encourage people to really understand how to build their brand. You know what I mean? And so one of the biggest things that I see, you know, recognizing through you right now is you've noticed your brand voice. You know what I mean? You have your brand identity and you know exactly what you want out of it. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm really trying to guide some of these, you know what I mean, artists that are coming through the MK.
Yeah.
Really trying to guide them through, you know what I mean? Because they have the like some creative sense of what they want to be able to do. They want to be artists first, but they don't understand the actual business logistics behind the artists, right? To get them a bag, to get them to a point where like they can pursue it 100% of the time and really invest into their gift.
1,000%. Some people like don't understand that. And I mean, like, I get it if you're okay with that, but I mean, I think you just have to be immensely talented to even get anywhere if that is your route. Just because even Terrace Martin was talking about it yesterday. He's like, I know for sure myself, like you're never going to see me do content creation stuff in a way like an artist is doing now because I do music for the love of music. Like I do it for myself. And that's cool. He's like, but that's why I have my managers. That's why I do podcasts where I can talk about things that I do like because this is the content that I would put out as opposed to like, you know, I'm not dancing on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
100%.
Like
yeah. You're not trying to develop those like, or hop on those trendy topics. You know what I mean? You're really trying to stay in your lane of creativity.
And that's
like,
fine too. Yeah. It's totally fine. I think, but with being an artist in 2024, you know, it's not just the hat of an artist anymore, which people think like it is. You know, you have to get these pictures done. You have to do this video, you know, and like, if you don't feel comfortable, like just fake being comfortable for a little bit, you know, like once it goes over time, then it grows.
Yeah.
You feel me? Yeah. It's never, I feel like doing anything for the first few times is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
So as you keep going and you keep growing, you'll find your own voice. But what you could do is just like copy someone else's voice for right now. And like people might see it. You feel me? Like they'll probably be like, oh, he's trying to copy this person or copy this person. But everything is an emulation of something.
Do you feel that that leads to like homies in the hood or whatever, like where we grew up? Do you feel like those people will call you a sellout, cop out for doing certain the things that, you know what I mean, kind of get you relevant?
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten that yourself?
I've gotten it a few times because I do have a few songs with like, you know, more of the hood artists. And then like there's some homies that are like, oh, why'd you do this? Like they're ops. And I'm like I get it, bro. Like I definitely, but I'm not affiliated. Like whatever you're doing, like I'm not affiliated. And like to me, it's just music. They make good music. They're doing their thing. You feel me? There's no reason for me to like not associate myself with them because of what y'all got going on. I'm sorry that's happening with you, like and like whatever's happening. But the songs that I usually make with those people, they're not like I'm not talking about shooting or anything, you know, like we're making love songs.
Right. Right.
So like, yeah. So it's just
Right.
like,
send this to your crush.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I got you.
Feel me? Yeah. Yo, that video went like super viral for like no reason, bro. It was crazy. I think that's at like 500,000 now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the truth of it though. Like people need to realize like you have to get uncomfortable to really experience the growth. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And like that's just a part of the marketing game.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And as like that's what I'm saying is like as an artist, like you said, you have to start wearing like multiple hats when it comes to the artistry. And I think that's where a lot of people really fail to recognize, or artists fails to recognize, is like that they want to be artists first, and that's fine. You can be artists first, but you have to develop like those multi-skill talents, like, or get a team behind you that's going to be able to influence and help cultivate those decisions for you. You know what I mean? That's going to help your brand grow optimally. You know what I'm saying? Because you can slow growth it, you know what I mean? Like, but like you said, you have to have like that really great product that people fall in love with.
Yeah.
And that's really hard with how much music is coming out. And there's a lot of really good music coming out.
Every single day. There's like, I forgot what the number is. Isn't there like over 100,000 songs getting released on Spotify a day?
I haven't even looked at it, but that's
what I'm saying.
To me, that would seem small, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's some astronomical number, something super crazy. But it's just like, you know, your music can be really good, but really good music can only take you so far nowadays. You know, like Green Tea and Honey, it went hard. It went like super good because the song was like good, but like I was marketing like crazy. Like I remember, I didn't really have that much money back then. I think I just got laid off my job too, but I had like $1,000 left in my bank account, and I was like, all right, this $1,000 is going straight to marketing.
Wow.
So I was paying bigger TikTokers that I didn't know. I would just DM them like, hey, I just dropped this new song. Can you like do whatever to it? You know, like I don't know what's gonna pop off. Just do something to it. And then there was like a little dance trend that went a little big. And then it just kind of started blowing up, gaining traction by itself out in Thailand and everything. Like I didn't really push anything because I didn't have the money to do it at that time. Yeah.
So what do you recommend for like these newer up and coming indie artists to be able to get there, like through marketing? Is it paid marketing that gets you there, or is it organic? How do you expand your reach?
I guess it depends on what they're trying to do. If they have the money to throw, you know, I don't think
if I had $1,000.
You have $1,000. Yeah. Okay. So for sure, I would run a Facebook and Instagram ad with at least 3 different videos. Like one the hook, one the verse, maybe one of the bridge.
Okay.
There's a way on Facebook and Meta ads where you could A/B test each video. So I would put about maybe $100 of that 1,000 into A/Bing which video is doing the best. Whatever video is doing the best, throw in another 150, 200.
Okay.
And then from there, you want to do TikTok ads as well.
Okay.
And then same thing, test them out, see which one is doing the best. If one video does better than the other, then you know that's the one you need to push.
Right.
And then the rest of it, I would not look into any playlisting, any of like, don't ever do that in my opinion. Or like anyone who says they can help you get your streams up and stuff.
Yeah. Forget all that.
Yeah, forget all that. Like if you do that, like you're just asking to get your song taken down.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Or just like Spotify blacklisting your account, because most of those streams and those playlists have fake streams and fake bots, which is like, you know, they're not dumb. They have algorithms and programs where they could run your song and be like, okay, this song has 75% real people, 25% bots.
Right.
You know, and there's always going to be a number of bots for sure. But yeah, so what is that already? Like 600 of that?
Yeah, about 500-600.
Yeah, 500-600 of that. So the rest of the money I would look into a videographer and I would get at least 10 clips made of your song. You don't have to do a whole music video, but like maybe go to 3 locations and just film like the whole song 3 times. And then if you want to pay them like the whole money to like really edit it and everything for you, then you can. But the technology now is so advanced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could just go on CapCut and just do it. That's why I pay for CapCut Pro just because it eases the workflow so much. It's insane. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So you're doing all the editing yourself still.
Yeah. But that's also a different thing. I just personally like editing. So so I just do it for fun for myself too. It gets me in a different mindset.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dang, bro. So you wearing all the hats still?
Yeah, I just like, but that's all like a personal preference. Like I just shot a music video last week. I was in San Diego And that one I worked with my team, Popeye out in LA,
Mm-hmm.
had them come down, and they do great. Me and them, we always work together well.
Mm-hmm.
They did the Green Tea and Honey lyric video. I've been working with them for like years, you know, like when I
Yeah.
couldn't afford to do a whole music video, they were the only one that let me do payments. So, you know, they believed in the music in the beginning too.
Love it.
And like, that's when I would like actually work with someone when I'm like, okay, I want this video to be bigger than what I could do myself.
Mm-hmm.
But these little like Instagram reels and stuff, you know, if you don't want to pay a videographer, you got like $500, go buy a camera.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you have like 600, there's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Yeah.
I have one too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like super small, super lightweight. You know, you probably will still feel uncomfortable filming yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like a huge camera in your face, you know,
Right.
where you like freeze up.
Right.
This one is like your phone. And
Right.
you just kind of talk to it, and it has great quality.
Yeah.
And then you could upload that straight to Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Yeah.
just like, there's so many tools out there now for content creators.
Definitely 100%, bro. So right now you have like work down your team right now. Break down
Yeah.
your team. Who's your team right now? You got you?
Yeah. I got me. I got my girlfriend Des. You know, she helps me a lot with all my video stuff and photography stuff sometimes. She loves photography more than I do.
Okay.
So she's more on like the photo and editing side. I have a management team.
Okay.
So I have one manager that handles more of the business aspect, like contracts and stuff.
Okay.
And he's the one that's reaching out to like labels and distribution companies for me.
Yeah.
And then I have a content manager,
Mhm.
which is my homie Javon. And really, content managing is just me and him, you know, chopping it up. Like,
Yeah,
all right, what's some
yeah.
ideas we could do? What have you been seeing on TikTok lately? You know, just
Right.
like throwing ideas with each other.
Mhm.
And then like aesthetics and brand manager, my homie Crash.
Okay.
Like he's more, you know, like, yo, this is what's popping, like style wise. Like if you're feeling this, let me know. Like we could like work that out. So I guess it's more like style brand manager.
Yeah. Styling.
And just like where I want to be, like who do I look up to style now? And then he'll like give me a right direction and stuff like that. He'll
Yeah.
also be reaching out to brands like, hey, I manage this artist. Are you willing to like send clothes and stuff over?
Right.
That's my main team. I really don't have my main mix engineer right now is the homie Seth Munson.
Okay.
So after I track my vocals, I usually send it over to him.
Mhm.
He runs a company called Omni Audio, which is super dope. If you're looking to learn how to mix and edit too, he runs that company.
Mhm.
And video, I really do myself, or I just like pay directors, run and gun, and I just find them through Instagram.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do a big budget video, I only go to Popeye,
Okay.
which is they're out in LA, but they like every video that we've done together, like I've
It's
never
all blown.
complained. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah.
that's just the team I rock with. But that's basically my team right now.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like the way that you were sounding, I was like, damn, this dude be doing it all, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you be
yeah.
wearing all the hats. I'm like, but I feel like with all the content and like, well, one, you're developing the great product in your music, and then you also got the whole branding and like your content game just
Yeah.
has been switching up. Like overall, I've seen like your page just growing, and now you're doing like, you know, stuff out in like public. You're
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah.
with like, I guess that's your homie Javon or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're just like doing all this like extra content, right?
Yeah.
And like that stuff takes a lot of time. That takes, well, usually it takes a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're working with like either good equipment or you're working with like, you know, paid, you know, directors
Mm-hmm.
or actors or, you know what I mean, PR, whatever it may be, right?
Well, yeah, that's
DPs.
also why I like. So like a lot of the Instagram content is just me and like
Mhm.
my girl.
Mhm.
So it's like it's really nothing crazy, and I edit it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So like
With CapCut Pro.
yeah, with CapCut Pro.
Shout out.
yeah. Shout out.
Let's
CapCut.
get you a sponsor real
No,
quick.
come on, CapCut, hit me up. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't want to pay $70 a year no more,
You
which
know
is
what
a
I'm saying?
deal, by the way. $70 a
Yeah,
year.
don't
is
raise it on
insane.
him.
Yeah, don't raise it.
it.
But that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, like those videos, I just have good equipment in general. So like when
Yeah.
I got my first Advance, that's when I really invested in video equipment
Mm.
and everything, just because you aren't gonna have a DP or like, you know, homies with you all the time. So you need like a tripod and a good camera. And a
Mhm.
good camera, if you learn how to use it, you feel me? Like everything's gonna look great.
Right.
So, and then I personally like the autofocus features on all the new cameras lately.
Mhm.
So I
You
could legit.
you use the FX3 now, you said.
Yeah, I
right?
use the FX3. So I'll just give it to a homie, be like, yo, hold this
Mhm.
for like a minute and then tap my eye.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, then just let it run. Let me talk.
Right.
Yeah. And then I'll just edit it on CapCut and I'll have a video done in like maybe 15, 30 minutes.
Wow,
I just
that's so
upload it.
funny. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. I mean, technology is so advanced to this point, you know, and if you don't want to buy a camera, your phone's good enough. I don't know. I'm a
that's,
nerd.
No, that's the biggest thing, bro. Like
Yeah.
one of the biggest things is like being a business coach and everything. Like I'm gonna be helping them develop their own social media game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's really what like Keys to the City is kind of like the starting base point for that. You know what I mean? Where like I really start to dabble in and understand all
Mhm.
the social media logistics, because I used to have people that would just do everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But now I'm pretty much taking over myself for all things. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
everything.
For everything, and just really just to test what it's like. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Just to get that skill, get that foundation for myself too. You know what I mean? And so people fail to get started because they think that they need like the good equipment. They got the
Yeah,
R. They need the RE20 mics because they see him on the Keys to the City podcast. They need the
exactly.
FX30s because they see how great these, you know what I mean, these angles are and stuff like that.
No, exactly.
Like, but you don't even need all that, bro. Just get a freaking iPhone. You know what I mean? And if you have like even a small budget, you could get like a DJI mic that can plug straight into your phone.
I have those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I have legit everything just because I don't, there's no excuse.
Mhm.
You feel me? Whatever you have at that time, you do. One of my biggest videos I think recently was one where I bought a kid a studio setup at Guitar Center.
Mhm.
And I was just at Guitar Center, like looking for stuff for me. So I didn't have like my camera or my DJI camera. It was just me and my phone.
Mhm.
I shot everything on my phone, and that video ended up doing like one of the better numbers that I've done in a while.
Mhm.
So, you know, it really is just like whatever you have at the time is the best camera.
Just
for
push
you.
it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Just push it out. So
And-
you're
yeah.
under that like Gary V camp then.
Yeah, I
Are
mean,
you
I look
familiar?
at it more as like the Casey Neistat.
Okay.
camp. Yeah.
Okay.
Like whatever you have with you is the best camera.
Yeah. Do you, so in your perspective, do you look at it as, at least in like the music industry, right?
Mhm.
Do you look at it as content, or do you look at it as like quality and like in music? You know what I mean? Like the great product. So what I mean by that is there's like two pretty big like storylines in the
Mhm.
music industry that you can kind of really tell is like LaRussell,
Mhm.
where he has his team, like they're doing a whole bunch of content play. And
Yeah.
like, and like songs are pretty good. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
yeah.
but he's really just dumping out a ton of content.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think like
then you got,
5
like-
uploads a day or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got like Russ, right?
Mhm.
Where he was like literally busting down songs on SoundCloud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One track a week, you know what I mean? And he was just releasing on the SoundCloud and was trying to like blow up. But I think also back then there wasn't as much content activity going on.
It was
in,
a
like, social
different
media.
game. It was a different game.
You
That's
know
what
what
it
I'm
was. So like uploading like you could still do quality music quick. You feel me?
Right.
But like now you have to pair the two.
Mm.
It's not just one or the other. Like I think when the
Mm.
Rust was happening, that was what, like 2015, 2016.
Right.
That was almost 10 years ago.
Right.
Bro.
I
You
know.
feel me?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's crazy to think about though,
Yeah,
right? That
that's
was almost
crazy.
10 years ago. So
Right.
like the game changes so much in a year.
Mhm.
You feel me? I think LaRussell's doing it right now.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of his music, but definitely I'm more of a fan of his content.
Right.
A little more than his music.
I think
just to be
I
honest.
think a lot of
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
When you're busting out, bro, 20, I think he's like 20 albums a year last year.
yeah,
When you're busting out that much, bro, like I can't consume all that.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Plus all the content that I'm trying to consume from
Mhm.
you too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you just got too much game, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But like, I think it's just finding your ground in between the two. Like, I think if you could upload consistently, that always helps. But uploading consistently with content,
Yeah.
would just help you go further.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I would go, and that's probably with the camp that I'm trying to be on right now too. I actually just dropped like 3 songs in a span of a week that I forgot were coming out.
Yeah.
So like now I have to go back and like do content.
Yeah.
So you know,
Bro,
like, I
you
feel
trying
like
to tap into the camp, bro. We got the camp right here at the
Yeah.
MK Lab, you know, with the MK. That's really like the full intention of like the MK is we're going to take the artists, you know, straight from the booth, give them a full branding experience. But then also my job, I'm going to be going out and, you know, getting the networking done
yeah,
to be able to like get them in front of the right people or to create our own. The plan is to create like our own venue,
Mhm.
create our own party or whatever, like festival, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Eventually and stuff like that. And so right now we're gonna be taking them out. We're gonna be throwing shows quarterly.
Fire.
And then we're gonna get the community together. You know what I mean? Because I have a restaurant, we're also gonna be popping up food, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And stuff like that. So we
Amazing.
got the food, we got the stage, we got the people, you know what I mean? Get the community together, content play. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you know what I mean? We're giving back to the community, bro. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so that's like really the biggest thing with like the MK and Keys to the City as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is I want to get people activated and multiplying in and through their gift. That's my personal brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is
Yeah,
getting people activated and multiplying in and through their gift. And so whatever way that I be able to do that and help you service you to do that too, you know what I mean? That's like, I'm here for it. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
yeah, I
So,
definitely gotta tap in. Man.
Yeah.
I gotta start doing more videos. But like that's
Yeah.
the thing with me too. Like a lot of the homies that do the content creation for music and everything, they're like, yeah, bro, we just like, we film all in one day, like 5 different outfits and everything. And I'm like, bro, I get that, but like, I'm lazy. like I'd rather just do one video a day and I already have the different outfit on. I'm not trying to change 5 times for a video. You know?
Yeah. The bulk content play, honestly, like to me, is just like a time thing. You know what I mean? Because if you got so many hands in the pot, you know what I mean? And like you got videographers there, you got, you know, brand stylists there, you got makeup art, whatever it may be for the females or something. You got photographers and stuff. Like you're working on so many people's different schedules. So like the bulk content days, to me, like just in that aspect makes sense. But then if you're doing, you know, if you got it like that, where you're able to really bust out content for yourself, like that, then it's like, okay, yeah, I could do it every single day and you enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like fun, you know, like I was like, okay, it's just an average part of my day. I get to make content instead of I have to make content.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And that's kind of what everything is too. Like I get to make music today, or, you know, or I get to go to work my 9 to 5, which will fund my music.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
you,
I think it's all an outlook thing. Like how you look at stuff. Yeah, exactly. Perspective.
Yeah. Talk to me about like your foundational pillars. Like what do you stand on? What's kind of the foundational pillars, like I said, that you stand on that make you who you are, Dane Amar, who you are?
What do you mean by like foundational pillars? Like just what
values, core values. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like family, you feel me? Just trying to keep it real with my family, keep it real with everyone I be around. Like I don't try to hide anything. You feel me? If you could ask a lot of homies and homegirls, like I never hide any game. Like if I have game to give and you have the question, like just ask it. I'll give you the answer.
Yeah.
Just cause like, even if they end up surpassing me, you feel me? I think Nipsey said this too. As even if they end up surpassing me, you can't say I didn't give you game. You feel me? Like I help everyone because I want to help everyone.
Right.
I think, you know, generosity is a big thing for me too. Like I try to be as generous as I can with information, like with whatever, really. Like if the homie like just needs a spot to like get out of like the hood or something for a little bit and he's just not feeling safe, I'm like, all right, just come kick it at the pad, bro. Like I don't do nothing here. Like
dope.
Like I might not be able to kick it like that, but you know, you just come hang out, just come chill, you know, stuff like that. So I try to be generous. I try to be like a loyal person to like whatever my beliefs are. My beliefs, you know, they always say the same, which kind of just gravitate back to just being as real as I could be and not hiding nothing, you know? Yeah, being authentic and just staying humble. In my next music video, they actually interviewed my mom and like my grandma and stuff, and it's really cool to see what they said about me because I wasn't in the room when they were being interviewed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and my mom's like number one thing for me and like for the future is just to stay humble and stay myself and like never forget where I came from.
That's good.
Like I know where I was coming up, like East Side San Diego was like a super like bad environment. You feel me? Not like the best, but that's why I gravitated towards something that like kept me out of the streets and everything. So I've been making music since I was like 12. So like I've always stayed locked in the room. I was using like, I don't know if you were making music back when like there was SoundClick. You remember SoundClick?
I know SoundClick.
Yeah. I was on SoundClick looking for beats for hours. I was on YouTube looking for beats. I was just making music so long, bro, that like it just, to not make music is weird to me. Yeah. Like, well, my girl hates it, but I always bring like every single thing, like my interface, my headphones, my mic, everywhere I go, I have to have it.
That's your strap.
Yeah, exactly. And if I don't have it, I feel like empty. Like I don't feel like I have nothing's right. Yeah. But like I do take a majority of the trunk space. You feel me? Like wherever we're going. Like,
you gotta keep it on you. That's good, exactly, bro. That's dope.
So I try to stay with it all the time because like you never know when you're gonna have an idea. My second like biggest hit is a song called Candy. And that one's at like 12 million streams now. That was recorded on a balcony in Hawaii on a family vacation with my mom. Wow. So like, and I didn't re-record it. I just kept it. So it's like the whole thing was recorded on the balcony. Like it wasn't even in the hotel room. Like I recorded on the balcony. Wow. And I just mixed it like that. And that's the version that's out now.
That's so dope, bro.
I just feel like that, you know, there's ideas everywhere and you never know what you can be inspired by. And if I have an idea and I can't record it, then I'm kicking myself for it for like 5 days because I already lost the idea.
That's good. Yeah. That's good, man. Yeah, just keep it up, bro. Like everything that I hear from you and what I'm seeing from you, you know what I mean, as far as what you stand on and what you've been doing content wise, at least, like you've been showing yourself, you know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing I feel like the story untold that needs to be told is you need to continuously put out your own self too. Yeah. You can't just put out the music, like put out everything. Like continue to just provide value to people. You know what I mean? And for you especially, like I feel like one of the bigger core values too is that you stand on community.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
for
And
sure.
just giving back to the community and like your mom said, you know what I mean, is like knowing where you came from and humbling yourself, you know what I mean, and
I
really
think
just
that's what I
pouring
mean
back in.
by like family and stuff too. Because community to everyone to me is like family. Like I'll call
Hmm.
like all the homies like that's
Family.
those my brothers. You
Yeah.
feel me? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You feel
Yeah.
me? And I know people might hate it because like that LA thing, like you don't even know me.
Hmm.
He's like, yeah, I get that, and I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like if we're locked in the studio, bro, like for like 12 hours together, like
Yeah.
we know each other to a certain point, you
Yeah.
know? And I had homies that like I used to be on TV shows out in Korea when
Mhm.
I got like flown out. And those dudes like those the brothers. You feel me?
Mhm.
Like we spent the whole week together of an experience most people don't have.
Right.
You feel me? Like y'all my brothers. Like it's
Right.
good. Like
Right.
and that's my community. Like family is my community.
Yeah. Do you have like a crew that you used to roll with, or like do you call it a crew life, or because I know you didn't roll in like gang life and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So did you hang out with like a crew?
I mean, it always changed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like during high school, as I grew up, it like not too many other people were rapping in
Mhm.
high school. So it was mainly people that were like doing musical theater or like acting and stuff. So I had homies that did like a bunch of different arts, which
Mhm.
kind of opened my eyes to be like, okay, like what you learned in acting class today, bro.
Mhm.
And then that's stuff that I still incorporate today, like over accentuate your hands when you're on camera. It makes you feel a little less awkward.
Right.
So I was like, all right, cool. He's like, when you're on camera, overact.
Mhm.
Like, don't like, because it doesn't really capture it. You know, if you're just talking regular like us kind of,
Right.
then like it'll capture it. But if you're overacting, then it looks more energetic and you look like you're getting more attention and stuff. So I was like, all right, damn, this is all like good stuff to know.
Yeah. It's game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Hella game. And I was like, all right, you learned that from an acting class. So I'm just like, all right, cool. That's why I personally think my high school, I was very lucky to get accepted into like an arts high school.
Mm-hmm.
And like didn't have to pay for it or
Dang.
anything, you know? So it was like a
Yeah.
free arts high school, which
That's
is still
dope.
like dope. So if you guys are in San Diego, SCPA, you feel me? Like that's a
That's
great
the
high
school
school
to go to.
That's a school to go to
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Do you tap in with your school nowadays that you've, kind of made it to this point, or do you
Mhm.
plan to? Do you plan to like go back into the community and be able to do some stuff over there in the high school? Or what's the plan?
I want to. I definitely talk with a few of the principals, and a lot of my teachers that used to be there, they're actually principals at other schools now.
Mhm.
So they want me to come out. My uncle's actually the vice principal at Horseman in
Okay.
Eastside.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where like I started rapping when I was like 12 or 13.
Mm.
I started like in Eastside, and I definitely want to go back to talk to the kids there to just show them like it's possible. Like
Yeah.
wherever we come from, it's possible.
Right.
And then SCPA, I talk with them every now and then, but they're it's busier. They're getting a lot busier.
Mhm.
And then CPMA wants me to come out to go talk to their
That's
kids
good.
as well. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely like would love to come by. So we're just trying to plan everything right now.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good, bro. Yeah. No, that's really what Keys to the City is all about. You know what I mean? Is like we want to be able to hand the keys to the city off to the next generation of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether that be through the arts or whether that be through, you wanting to be a dentist, whether you want to be a doctor, whatever path that you may be going down that you want to be pursuing, like you have the tools and resources either, with the guests that we bring on, or whether that be through myself, whatever
Mhm.
network that I have is like at your disposal too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we just want to continuously give back to the community, And so, that's pretty much it, bro. Did you have anything that you wanted to ask me?
Shoot, bro. Like, what made you like want to even start Keys to the City?
What made me want to start Keys to the City?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Keys to the City was an idea that I had like 5 years ago. I left my corporate job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a project manager at a Fortune 500 company.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, I was a project manager at Apple all last year, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was at,
That's crazy.
I ain't going to name no names,
Yeah.
but I was over there. I was over in La Jolla.
Yeah.
And then I just went down, like I quit because before that I was an entrepreneur for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, I was just doing like side hustle things
Yeah.
that were like making enough money. I was investing already. I had like 6 figures saved up and stuff like that
Mhm.
by the time I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like playing my cards smart already.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like I wanted to start a business financial podcast to be able to, give game and to be able to teach people, how to invest, how to start their own businesses, whatever it may be. But then when I went straight from LPL, went down the elevator, went straight to Barnes and Nobles about how to start a podcast, how to build a personal brand for dummies.
Yeah.
And then when I bought these exact microphones that we're using right now.
Oh, fire.
I bought a Focusrite, and then I was going to just like tap in with like Logic and like just do some, podcasting and stuff, but it never got off the ground because I wasn't as technical savvy back then. And then
Yeah.
like there wasn't as good like podcasting tools
As
like
it's now,
as there is
now
now,
it's
like,
so abundant now.
right,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
like you have so many distribution platforms and everything.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard back then,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was just like a little discouraged. And then
Mm-hmm.
I was like talking with my brother in the garage one day, and he was like, your friends know that you're good with business. They know that you're good with finances. They know that you know how to invest and things like that, but you don't have that, foundational kind of like uh, social proof,
Yeah.
when it comes to business, to like the wider audience. And so that's when he was like, why don't you take a big leap into something? And then
Yeah.
that's when I was like, okay. So I went to my room. I was praying in my room. My wife comes home from work, my girlfriend at the time, and she was pregnant with our firstborn.
Oh wow.
She was due like a month after, 2 months after I quit my job, but a
Mm-hmm.
month after I gave up podcasting.
Oh wow.
So like I was like real close to having my newborn, my first
Yeah.
girl. And God just like spoke to me one night and he was like, yeah, start smacking. Start a restaurant.
Yeah.
He said, start a restaurant. Start the restaurant. Because I had an envelope in my room that was taped to my door, and it had like all the menu items like written on there. And so I was like, okay, we're gonna do this someday. But then like I was like, no, starting like it's now. It's time to start now. And that was my big leap moment, right?
That's crazy.
And so I built that foundational piece, that social proof with Smackin' that's now given me access to the city where like I've gotten awards. I got the first Small Business Saturday award from council member Kent Lee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't really made this public, but I've gotten awarded like the Marquise Who's Who for like individuals making impact in their community.
Wow.
And just really all of these like different, I've been interviewed on like different news stations and stuff like that for my work that I do with Smackin'. I'm involved with like the Asian Business Association, Small Business Administration.
So it really opened a lot of doors, like the restaurant.
Yeah, just like all the city things, right? So like getting recognized and impact within the city, right? And so like literally by being obedient to that call of like starting Smackin', it's led to now I have this like studio space in the MK lab.
Yeah.
And then I built out the podcast studio, kept these microphones, kept everything. And I was like, okay, we're going to go hard for this now. You know what I mean? And put it out there and really get the keys to the city like out there. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. And like that jump off moment it's a scary moment, bro.
Yeah.
It's like because you never know what's gonna happen. You just have to have faith in yourself that something will happen.
Exactly.
No, I felt that too. I think my jump off moment was like when I was like 20. Like I think I told my mom, I was like, yeah, mom, like give me a year. I'm not going back to school.
Yeah.
Like I really need to focus on this music thing. And I think I just like I quit my job too. I just like I don't know. I just want to get done with everything. I was working at T-Mobile at that time. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not doing nothing. Like whatever, like it's just music.
Right.
And that was when I had a song hit. I think in the very next year, Green Tea and Honey came out. And that was like the year mark.
Wow.
And then like the exact year mark that dropped, it hit like 1 million first month or something. Like it was like huge. Like I was like, whoa, this is crazy.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, all right, like I was like, mom, I'm not going back to school. Like this is it. This is it for me. Yeah.
That's so dope, bro. Like that's what I feel like people need to do is like they need to go 2 feet in. You know what I mean? Like as an entrepreneur, as an artist, whatever your gift really is, like go and pursue that and let that thing be the only thing you get paid to do. I was just telling my homegirl Michelle and her small collective that they're working together on is like you need to be invested into your gift and really identify what your gift is and let that thing be the only thing you get paid to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because there's an abundance of ways that you could be making money, that you could be making impact, but like you're really going to start to flourish. Biblically speaking, your gift makes room for you.
Oh, wow.
Right. And so
that's a bar.
Yeah,
that's a bar. That's crazy.
Bro, honestly, like that's why my faith is so heavy, especially when it comes to like my business coaching, because there's so much biblical principle that shows to how you can manage your finances, how you can continue to like grow, how you continue to invest. And then also it's all also very selfless, right? So it's like, okay, make impact in the community. You know what I mean? And that's what Keys to the City. So Keys to the City is based off of Matthew 5:14. And this is usually my closing remark, but Matthew 5:14 says that you are the light of the world. The city set on a hill cannot be hidden. And so what that means is that you continue to go out and be a salt and light in your community and continue to do like your good work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Through your gift and continue to be a light in your community. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do, bro.
No, that's
You
fire,
know?
bro. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. You do the same, bro. It was a pleasure talking to you for real. This is a great podcast. I'm excited for the studio. I'm excited for what you guys will do for the community. And any way I can help, like, please let me know. I would love to
Definitely,
be,
bro.
a part in some way.
100%. 100%. Did you want to thank anybody before you hop on out?
Thank you to everyone here. Michelle, my girlfriend Des, the homie. You feel me? The homie. And we out here, man. Like, thank you to just everyone, man. Like, I wouldn't be here without any of my fans and like all my family and friends who support me. Like, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I just want to thank my sponsors real quick, the MK Lab, Smackin' Gourmet and Grill. Make sure you go check them out.
Oh, yeah. We checking that out right after this, actually.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Peace out, brother.